Welcome back to GoodKnit Kisses. I'm Kristen, and my friends here with All Free Knitting and I would like to show you the seed stitch. The seed stitch is a beautiful stitch. You can use it on a variety of things. Right now I'm showing you it in a single strand of Lion brand from Vanish Choice. It's an acrylic rayon combination. This is a really pretty choice in stitch work. What you're going to have is a knit purl alternating throughout the row, and then the next row you shift it over, and so every time you have a knit you're going to have a purl below, and so on down the rows. So let's get started and I'll teach you how to do the seed stitch. Let's start with the slip knot. We're going to take our smaller end of our strand on the front, wind it around our finger and pull the back over the front, and pull it over again, making a slip knot. Put this on your loom and put the tail inside. Going to E-wrap cast on. E-wrap cast on 8 stitches, and then when we come back we're going to wrap this back here, and knit over. Now that we've cast it on, we're going to begin with a knit stitch first, and I'm actually going to wrap this peg. I'm not going to make a slip stitch. Knit over, and that's actually called a flat knit stitch, and you can do it either way as well, I'll show you on the next stitch that we do a knit on. You can do it a couple of different ways. Flat and regular knit are going to come out the same way on your work. We're going to do a purl here, and then we're going to go back to a knit. And you can also make this stitch by putting the working yarn on the top, going up under the loop, pulling that through, pulling off the old loop, replacing it with the new, and tightening it up just a little bit. And that makes the same type of knit stitch as this flat knit. It's also called a U-knit if you give it a little extra slack so it's not so tight. So that's a quicker way of knitting, and I'll do a second tutorial on that if you need help with that again. So we're going to do a purl. We're going to put the working strand underneath, grab this loop, grab this strand from under below, you're going to dive down below, pull off the old and put on the new. I'm going to do my flat knit stitch again. Just like that. It's very easy. I'm going to do a purl down below, pick up the purl, pull off the old, put on the new, tighten that up. Go over the top. We're going to do a flat knit stitch here. And do a purl. That's how you're going to end. Replace that loop. Now we're going to come back through. We have a purl here, so we want a knit to go on top of it to create this seed stitch look. So I'm actually going to just go right back over this one. Knit that over. And now we're going to put this underneath and make this a purl again, because this was a knit before. Pull this back through. If you, this is a knit, if you put on an even number of stitches, then you're always going to end in purl and start with knit, so it's an easy way for you. Remember, if you have an odd, then you'll have to really keep track a little bit more. So we did a knit stitch. Now we're going to go back with the purl. And as I said before, you can do a flat knit stitch or do it the other way. If you do a flat, it's going to just go straight over like this. If you make a U, you can kind of pull this back here and give yourself a little extra room to work, and it's going to be a looser stitch for you, and your work doesn't get too tight. Sometimes people tend to tighten their work too much, and then as you get going through your work, it becomes really hard to move these yarns over the peg. In fact, sometimes people have broken their yarn strands. So that's just a nice tip to just use the U instead of the flat. We're doing a purl here, and then a knit, and then another purl. See, we're ending in purl. This is the end here, and so we'll do a knit, and again I'm just taking this and going right back over the same one I just did and making a knit, and then come back here and make a purl. And you just keep going in this way and keep alternating for however many rows that you need for your project. You will have a beautiful seed stitch that can be used on a variety of panels and projects. It just has this beautiful little nubby, very small checkerboard nubby texture. It's beautiful for blankets or sweaters, a variety of things. Thanks for tuning in to GoodKnit Kisses. I'm Kristen. Have a great week and happy looming!